All right, so to have a gray face, right, you can either be dominant, right, because gray is dominant over orange face, or you can be a heterozygous. The only way to have an orange face for that trait is to have two homozygous recessive alleles. So two heterozygous Oompas are crossed. So you're looking at this cross, a monohybrid cross, right? That's going to give you that famous 3-to-1, right? Gray, gray, gray. There's your orange right there. 1 out of 4, 25%. Okay, now they tell you for the third question, if you have a gray-faced homozygous married to an orange-faced, how many of the children will have gray faces? I mean, I don't even have to do a Punnett square to know that everybody's going to have a big G. Everybody's going to be heterozygous. Every child, or 100% of the children, should have gray face. Otis Oompa has an orange face, so he has to be little g, little g. He's married to Ona Oompa with a gray face. Now, I don't know what Ona Oompa is. I just know she has at least one G. She could be big G, big G, big G, little g. But they have 60 children, and 30 of them have orange faces. Now, if she was big G, could you have any children with orange faces? No, because you would look like that cross right above. So based on their children, we can deduce that she is heterozygous, because you have to have a little g from the dad, and the other parent also has to contribute a little g. So her genotype is going to be big G, little g. And if you do the cross, which it asks you to do, you'll notice here's Otis, here's Ona, gray, gray, and here's your orange kids, 50-50. 50%, 50%. So, we go to question 5. Odie Oompa has a gray face. In fact, everyone in Odie's family has a gray face, and the family likes to brag that they are pure line, so obviously they're pure line. Much to his family's horror, they married Ondi Oompa. She has an orange face. If you do that cross, you're going to get, once again, right there, all the phenotypes are going to be gray, and all the genotypes are going to be heterozygous. So Odie and Ona, they get a divorce. Or Otis, sorry, and Ona get a divorce from problem 4. And remember Ona is heterozygous. And she marries Otto, who has an orange face. So she is this, and Otto is orange face. So that's what we're at here. What is the probability that their children will have an orange face? Yeah, if you do that Punnett square, same thing as before, right? Big G, little g, big G, little g, little g, little g, little g, little g. 50%. Here's your orange face children, because it's 2 out of 4. Now, incompletely dominant. Uh-oh. For incompletely dominant, there's no capital and lowercase letters, so it's okay to use 2 different letters, right? It's okay to use big B for blue. It's okay to use big R for red, because now we see that when you have a big B and a big R, you're going to get purple. So this gene is controlled by incomplete dominance. But there's still only 2 alleles. There is no such thing as a purple version of that gene. So Orville Oompa has purple hair. Only one way to have purple hair. And Opal Oompa brags that she has the bluest hair in the valley. How many of their children will brag about having blue hair also? Well, let's do the Punnett square. Here's your purple hair, blue hair. We got blue hair, purple hair, purple hair. And so for the blue hair, we got 2 out of 4, 50%. How many will take after their father who's purple hair? Also 50%, or 2 out of 4 children. This is just a probability, right? We don't know if they're going to have 2 kids, 4 kids, 8 kids. So one of Opal's children, remember Opal has blue hair. One of Opal's children has red hair. Now remember, Orville is heterozygous. Is Orville the father of this child? Now, first of all, can Orville be the father of a red child? It's possible. But is she the mother? No, it is impossible for her to be the mother. How do you not know that that child is your child if you're a mother is beyond me. I don't know. Somebody's swapping babies at the maternity ward at the chocolate factory. She has blue hair. He has purple hair. He can still contribute an R, right? She would have to be at least purple-haired and donate an R as well in order to make a red-haired baby. Okay? If she has two blues, there's no way to have a red hair if you're blue and have your red-haired child. Olga Oompa has red hair. Here's Olga Oompa. She marries Oliver Oompa, who has blue hair. They have 32 children. The Oompas. They got nothing else to do in the chocolate factory. Everybody, really? Everybody's hopped up on gobstoppers? Okay, guys. Everybody's got purple hair. All 32, because 100% will have purple hair. So now, let's look at problem number 11. Olivia Oompa, who has blue hair, right, is married to Oda Oompa. Say Olivia, who is married to Oda Oompa. Both of them have purple hair. Oops, sorry. I'm getting confused with the names here. Olivia, not Oliver. They both have purple hair. Now, they have 100 kids. Do the Punnett square. I'm on question 11. They're both purple-haired Oompa Loompas. So, this is going to have blue hair. Purple hair. Purple hair, so this is blue. Purple. Purple. And here's you got your red hair. Okay? So, if they had 100 children, how many would be red hair? Well, that is 1 out of 4, or 25%. What's 25% of 100? 25 of their children should be red. Blue, same thing, 25%. Purple is 2 out of the 4 possibilities, or 50%. So if they had 100 children, you would assume that 50 of them should be purple-haired. But you saw from the Penny Lab before, but that's not always the case. In the land of Oompa, having blue hair is good, right? They get special treatment. Oscar has purple hair. But he wants a wife that would give him children with blue hair. So he wants children with blue hair. What is his wife? What is most likely what he would want his wife to be? It'd be best if it was blue, right? Because then there's a 50-50 chance. So you want definitely a blue-haired female. But is it only possible to make blue-haired children if you have a blue-haired wife? No, you can also have a purple. Now, it's much more rare, right? It's half as rare, but you can definitely still get a blue. Instead of 50% of them, you're going to have 25%. So you can at least have a purple-haired wife, and then the chances of you having blue hair are still there. Ophelia Oompa is not married, but she wants to have children. She goes to a fertility clinic where she is fertilized by... Just roll with it, guys. We're talking about Oompa Loompas, okay? She has red hair. 5 months later, a bunch of Oompas are born. She has 8 babies. 4 of them have red hair, and 4 of them have purple hair. What is the father? Okay, if he was blue, is it possible to have red-haired baby? No. Not at all, right? If he was red, is it possible to have a purple baby? No. So he must be purple. And if you do this Punnett square, you will notice that it is a 50-50 ratio. So what color did the baby's fathers have? He had purple hair. Okay, so a couple years later, she wants to have more children. She goes back to the fertility clinic. She has 5 children. They all have purple hair. All 5 children have purple hair. So, in this case, what does the father have to be in order for all of the children to have purple hair, class?
Blue.
The only way to have purple is to have 2 to be blue-haired. If 100%, if you do the Punnett square, they're all going to be purple. If you're not sure, do a bunch of, practice Punnett squares and see which would work. Okay, so homozygous gray-faced, blue-haired Oompa married a homozygous orange-faced, red-haired. So you got this genotype. You can do the Punnett square if you want to, or you can use common sense to figure it out. But if you set up this Punnett square by FOIL, right, you'll notice each parent can only produce one type of gamete. So first, outer, inner, last, no matter how you do it, big G, big B, big G blue, right, big G. And this guy, same thing, first, outer, inner, last, is going to be little g, big R, right, little g. So no matter what, you're going to have big G, little g, big B, R. They are all going to be gray-faced. What color hair? Purple. So now, 2 Oompa Loompas are heterozygous for both traits. Do this Punnett square. Everybody. Oops. With the phenotypes, how many of each type would you expect? So you're going to FOIL it, right? So first, big GB, outer, big GR, inner, little GB, last, little g, big R. And it's going to be the same for both. So what I want you to do is when you combine the genotypes, also it's going to be gray, blue, right? This would be, this is the phenotypes below, gray-faced, and this is going to be purple. So I'm going to fill in the rest. All right, so now that we've filled in the Punnett square, you're going to look at the different types that you have. So how many gray-faced, blue-haired children did you have? So gray-faced, blue-haired. 1, 2, 3. Right? So that's 3 out of 16. Then we have gray-faced and purple-haired. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 16. Okay? You can convert that into a percentage if you wanted to, or just leave it as a 6. Right here?
Yes.
Thank you. That's why I have you guys double checking for me. Then we have our gray-faced, red-haired. 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 16. Then we have orange-faced, blue hair. That guy right there is only 1 out of 16. Orange-faced, purple hair. These guys right here. And then orange-faced red hair. 1 out of 16. So our ratio is a 3 to 6 to 3 to 1 to 2 to 1 ratio. That's a pretty complex Punnett square.